Here we go. Hello and welcome to another episode of AFI's Cover 7. We just wrapped up another exciting week in the ELF. Week 4 is in the books. We are recording early Sunday night. Everything just wrapped up. Another wild weekend in the ELF. A lot of blowouts this weekend. Not too many close games, but we'll try to focus on the takeaways that we had. Starting with the Saturday slate. Daniel, let's go. What's one game you want to talk about first?
One game that I would like to talk about is the Paris-Frankfurt game. Cluley, former Frankfurt Universe quarterback, now Galaxy quarterback, played really, really well. Opening performance, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, was a lead rusher as well. Took them to a win over Paris. Paris still struggling to find their rhythm. Zach has no time to throw again, despite counter events coming in. So yeah, that needs to get shut up. They need to find identity. They need to change what they're doing because there's too much talent on that team for them not to be successful.
Yeah, there was a point where Kyle Sweet scored on the left sideline, but he stepped out of bounds, and that would have made it a 7-point game. They ended up not scoring, and I think that took a lot of life out of the Paris team that was already on its deathbed in that game, so to say.
Yeah, 30-13, and it was a convincing win. One of the other games, we had Leipzig going to Vienna, unsurprisingly getting battered by the Vienna Vikings, 47-14, unbelievable score again. Vikings want to score a lot of points this year. They have convinced to do so. They kept going for it in the fourth quarter. Helbig had another great game, 240 yards, 3 touchdowns. Florian Wiegand is back now, one of the Wiegand brothers, 140 yards and a touchdown. So yeah, very convincing win.
Yeah, Vienna, to me, is not quite on Ryan Fire's level, but they are looking just as good, if not better, than they were last year, in my book. A new team that didn't even exist last year, Munich Ravens, went to Barcelona and totally kicked the Dragons' butt at home, 39-15, and it wasn't even that close in my book. Chad Jeffries played extremely well. He's athletic. He's accurate. Maybe we also owe him an apology, Daniel. We did rank him pretty low in our quarterback rankings, but it's still early. So, Chad, keep proving us wrong. My main takeaway from that game is Tomiwa Oyewo, the Irish-Nigerian running back from the Ravens, 212 all-purpose yards. He caught a slant out wide and scored. He ran between the tackles well. He showed that he can do it all, and is definitely a young player to watch.
Yeah, not sure what's going with Connor Miller there either. He threw for 330 yards, which was more than Chad did. Chad obviously looked more composed and didn't throw any picks. But yeah, Miller looked weirdly out of sync with his receivers, right? I mean, the first 2 weeks we saw Connor dicing opponents, right? Yeah. Timing was great. He was one of the league-leading passers. And the last 2 weeks, he hasn't looked that good. And so you need to figure that out.
Dragons' offense looked totally out of sync, not just on Miller. There was a play, the running back stepped the wrong way and knocked the ball out of his hand. The snaps were high, the snaps were low. Offensively, just a mess. I think you can't put it all on Miller.
No, 100% you're right.
Quarterback that is dicing it up still is Matthew Vitale. Maybe we didn't even rank him. Wasn't even in the league when we started. 63 points. And the Tony Tate show continues.
Tony Tate show continues. What a baller. He is exciting to watch. Electric, twitchy, really, really good playmaker for the Warsaw Panthers, especially after last week's loss where Matthew Vitale, after getting sacked 10 times and not really doing much of anything, came back, showed that he's still about it, and put a whooping on the Internals, who surprisingly scored 33 points.
Yeah.
Which is, even though obviously you won 63-33, I'm sure guys went in the second half, but Throners, you should be letting them score that many points on you. Great kick return for a touchdown by Griffin the fourth?
Yes,
third?
The fourth.
The fourth. Okay, cool, fine. Great return touchdown from him. Kick-off return touchdown from him. Speedster, track guy in college, I believe. So unsurprising scoreline there, but good for Panthers, bounce back win.
Yeah, Russell needed that win after losing in Berlin pretty badly last week. Let's move on to the Sunday slate. There were a few big games. Some of them lived up to the hype, some of them didn't. One that didn't is the Helvetic Guards visiting the Milano Seamen in Italy. What did you think of your boys in Italy?
My boys in Italy, yeah. Very convincing win. First win in the European League of Football for the Milano Seamen. So congratulations. Luke Zuratka getting back to his old ways. 316 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was a convincing win. Helvetic, yeah, I mean, it was a toss-up. I mean, who's worse, Helvetic or Verhoeven, sorry.
Yeah.
Who's worse between the two? We're not sure. But, as you said, Silas Nicita is back.
Silas Nicita is back. That is one positive of the Helvetic Guard season, despite 2 ugly losses in a row. Silas Nicita is back. He's playing well, but his content on YouTube might be even better. He's putting out some awesome vlogs. Love that his YouTube channel is back up and running and highlighting the new and exciting growth of American football in Europe. Absolutely love to see that. A guy that used to keep, Silas Nicita used to keep up at night, Jordan Newman in the GFL, and the Stuttgart Surge played the Raiders Tirol in probably the most anticipated game of Sunday's slate. Ended up 6-3, not exactly a barn burner. We've seen a lot of points this season in the ELF, and this one was only 9 total points scored.
Yeah, right Hennessy, 208 yards and a touchdown. And on the other side of the ball, Christian Strong, I think he had about 140 yards, something like that. But more importantly, Jarvis McClan, he is your playmaker. He has been killing it so far. We're still early in the season, but he has been destroying secondaries and other teams. And he caught 7 yards or something like that for 17 yards.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. He looked a little banged up, if I'm honest. Maybe he's injured, we're not sure. But you cannot win a game as the Raiders without utilising McClam, and they didn't do that. But great job to the Surge, beating one of the top teams in the league, proving that they are the shit, right?
Yeah.
Proving they are a team to be reckoned with, and I'm sure they've climbed up lots of people's power rankings in the top 1 or 2, 3 over this weekend.
We'll see this weekend in Europe, this week in your power rankings. Yeah, really impressed with the Surge win, especially defensively in this one. Goran Zech made plays. A lot of the guys, Luis Meyer made plays. They got some dogs on defense. And yeah, we'll look out for the Surge in the postseason, I think.
It looks like Sandro Pletzko might be hurt as well. Bad knee injury, not sure what happened. Hopefully he's okay. But, I mean, Bonatti is an amazing running back.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's been playing lights out since last season, so they've got a good replacement there.
Yeah, be interesting to see what the Raiders do without Platzkammer. I think maybe Bonatti gets even more carries and could be a star in this league moving forward. Another a game on the Sunday's afternoon slate, I should say, was the highly anticipated matchup, Berlin Thunder visiting the Hamburg Sea Devils. Daniel, I know you were high on the Berlin Thunder heading into this game. They end up losing 17-37. Tell us about the game.
I think the number one thing to take away here, there's 2 things. The number one is that Donovan Ism clearly injured his ankles.
Yeah.
Not sure what's going on there. I think he got his ankle right up on last week, and he's still nursing that. He threw 4 passes this week. That's your quarterback. Like, you cannot, from what we saw from Donovan, you can't expect a competitive game there. I think they did well to even compete, to be honest. But really good news for Hamburg fans is that offense finally starting to click.
Yeah.
Right, Preston Hare threw 4 touchdowns, 243 yards. That is what you were expecting, right? After last year's non-existent passing game, and you see him bringing in Preston Hare, an American QB, teaming up with Malik Stanley, a great receiver.
Yeah.
You wanted to see games like this, and now you've got that against a good Berlin team. Despite what anyone says, I don't think many people do say bad things about them, but I think they're an amazing team, Berlin. I think they're just like 1 or 2 things away from being a top team in the league.
Yeah. Healthy quarterback could be the difference there, right?
Right, Ism, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens there. We've seen the league be absolutely ruthless cutting quarterbacks.
I would be surprised if they
I'd be surprised if they can't, but I mean, if he's got an injury, he's going to sideline him for 2 or 3 weeks, or up to Jacob Sullivan.
Yeah.
Jacob Sullivan's been put on IR for 4 weeks or something.
Mm-hmm.
But if this Cluley guy comes in and outperforms him, I think it'd be foolish to be like,
yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna go down that road with it, but yeah, maybe Germanario comes back for a few weeks. Ism has clearly been injured this whole season, nursing something. So hope he gets well, and we'll see what the move is at quarterback. The last game of the weekend, bit of a snooze fest in Cologne. 42-0 Rheinfire beat down their little brothers just to the south of them in the Cologne Centurions. 4,400 fans in attendance, new Cologne record. Got to think the driving distance makes some sense there. Any takeaways from this game? Are the Rheinfire just that good? Is Cologne that bad? Were you expecting something else?
No, I think we just said it there. I think Ryan Fire are a great team. Jadrian Clark still dicing up 335 yards and 6 touchdowns. Judd Eriksson in his first game for Cologne, 160 yards and 2 picks, not great. They need to feed Tanwani, the Cologne running back, a bit more.
Yes, they do.
He was an absolute monster in the GFL and in ELF last year even. He was great for the Centurions again. But yeah, Fire, expect them to win. They did win very, very easily. So good job to them.
Yeah, hats off. Rheinfire train keeps on moving. Just like that, we keep moving into week 5. We're going to do a speed round quickly. Pick our winners of the week 5 slate. Some of the games that jump out to me in this slate, let's start with the ones that really catch my eye. Hamburg Sea Devils go to Paris. Daniel, who you got?
Hamburg, easily. I mean, if we've got the same performance we've had this weekend, great performance from Preston Hare in the offense. Paris struggling, haven't got their identity yet, haven't found their identity yet. So Hamburg walk in, exit with a victory.
Hamburg is hot. Paris is not at the moment. Rheinfire guards, I think we both are in agreement there.
Definitely, Ryan Fire go in there and destroy it. I mean, I'm sure it'd be great if we get some travellers though. I mean, coming down from Dusseldorf down to Switzerland, the Swiss Alps, it'd be nice to see. And we're going to get another great vlog from Sight Sea.
I hope he does a vlog with Jim Tomsula. That would be the best thing, yeah.
Nice.
We got Cologne looking to bounce back against a red-hot Galaxy team right now. I'm taking Galaxy to win this one. Hard to back the Centurions after that game today.
I just want to see what Clooney does again. I kind of want to see him play really well for the next few weeks. Because I'm just curious to see what happens there. Does Jacob Sullivan come back? Yeah, I'm really interested to see
You like Clooney, former semi-pro rugby player.
There you go. In America.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's
doesn't
okay.
count.
Well, he's a tough guy. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
We got the other games of the week. The Berlin Thunder playing the Leipzig Kings. Okay, that's kind of an interesting one. Is Ism going to play? Can the Kings pull this off without Ism?
I think they cannot. I think Berlin Thunder's roster is too deep. I think it's good, and they back up the young German backup whose name escapes me now. Stube, that's it. Yeah. He played quite well. I think he threw about 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he played quite well considering he's not a starting QB in the league, right? Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully Ism can play. If Ism misses another week, I think that's when questions start to get asked, and that's when it's like, are you bringing someone else in or not? But I think Berlin will take the win.
Yeah, interesting there. I'm thinking what seasons are wrapping up. Maybe the Austrian league is almost over. Maybe they take someone from there. Quick flight up to the German capital. I'm taking Leipzig in this one. I think Ism is beat up. I don't think he plays this week. He didn't finish the game. He looked gimpy on the sideline. And I think Leipzig will win if they're playing with Stube.
Leipzig win against Berlin Thunder.
Yes. All right, next we got, this is a good one actually. Stuttgart at Munich.
That is a good one.
That is a good
one. We want to see what happens there. Chad Jeffries, Riley Hennessy, 2 playmaking quarterbacks. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Really looking forward to that. I think Sturge, again, unbelievably deep roster. They seem to be slowly building up. They beat the Raiders, for God's sake. They're looking pretty good. But Ravens will score points, so I think it might be a bit of a shootout.
Yeah, this will be great to see where the Ravens have got to since week 1, right? They lost, but they put up a good fight against the Raiders. Raiders are seen on a very similar level as the Surge, maybe a little bit below after losing this week. But it'd be great to see how good the Ravens have gotten since their debut game. So you're taking the Surge in this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with you. Hard to bet against the Surge right now. Raiders looking to bounce back against the Seamen. I think Raiders used to beat up on the Seamen back in the day in the CEFL, and they're just going to keep that rolling in the ELF.
Yeah, it's hard to see the Raiders losing this, especially after such a lame game this weekend offensively. That's not what we've seen from them so far. But again, we have to start questioning Giles McClellan's health. If he's healthy, then there's no doubts. But if he's unhealthy and they struggle to score points, then it could be much closer than we anticipate. But I think Raiders get the win.
I agree. We got 2 more games then on Sunday. The Prague Lions going to Roslav. I'm going to take Roslav there. Prague didn't play this week. I think they had a bye week. But yeah, got stomped out against the Vikings. Roslav looks like a good team. I'm taking the Panthers at home.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a no-brainer there. Roslav will win again. Prague struggling this year, as is the team in the final game of the weekend, which is the Thrones and the Vikings.
How many points are the Vikings scoring?
60,
Are they getting 70?
60, 70. Yeah, I mean they want to score points, and I don't know why they want to do that.
It is away. Maybe there's less incentive to score.
Why do they keep running the score up?
Maybe
it helps in the post. Maybe it helps if it's a close playoff game.
Probably helps in your power rankings. That's probably why they're doing it.
Yeah, that's all they care about is my power rankings.
Yeah. We're both taking the Vikings in that one, and I think that does it for this week's episode, guys. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and let's keep the ELF momentum going. It needs to be recording. It was lovely.